Oda, what are you doing? That is the questions I have for Mr. Eiichiro Oda, is what are you doing? You have two amazing characters that you just ignored, and for what reason? I need to know what Oda's up to because he could have something in store for these two characters. They could have a massive role in the future and could be, help the Straw Hats find the One Piece. Or even one of these characters could be the final boss of One Piece. And these two characters I'm referring to is Smoker and Enel. He sent these two characters on a journey to find the One Piece by themselves or something, because they absolutely just vanished from the story entirely, and I don't know why. And the most important character that disappeared is Enel, but I'll get to that later in the video. So let's talk about Smoker real quick. Smoker is a character that is considered to be one of the best Marines of all time, and I'm not just talking about strength, because strength-wise, he's not one of the best, unfortunately, but his mentality and his morals makes him one of the best Marines. Smoker is a character that has a great sense of justice and knows his right from his wrongs, almost like aokiji in a way, and he uses the sense of justice to actually put people behind bars and lock them up and save people from bad things, even if that includes helping out the pirates or the enemies.
You're not such a bad guy, Smokey!
Would you get the hell out of here?
Smoker has also been shown to put his crewmates or his teammates ahead of himself and protects them before he can protect himself. For example, when he fought Doflamingo, he wanted to keep everybody safe and he fought Doflamingo instead of them doing it, or something along those lines. No, my brain's not the best. And after the events that happened at Punk Hazard, as in post-fighting Doflamingo, this man just vanished from the series. Where did you go? The only appearance I know of is Stampede. He showed back up in Stampede, but the movie's not even canon, so it doesn't really matter like that at all. But because he showed in Stampede means that Oda is cooking up something with Smoker for sure. Whether it could be he now has observation, advanced type of hockeys, awakened devil fruit, who knows. But whenever he returns to the series, it's gonna be amazing. And just to backtrack a little bit, I don't know why he's out the series right now, because he was one of the main antagonists in One Piece back in the East Blue arc. And Oda had him return to the series multiple times. For example, I want to say Dressrosa, Marineford, and Punk Hazard. I could be forgetting something as well, but I'm pretty sure those the only 3 times he reappeared in the series. And there's some little sprinkles of scenes of him being in there, but where is he at now? Is he just on vacation? Is he trying to get stronger? Which I do think he is getting stronger off screen. I don't think Oda wants to invest that much time into Smoker, because he's not, once again, he's not a main character, so it does make sense to an extent. But there's all types of characters returning back into the series. I know about some few manga spoilers. I don't read the manga. I'm not even caught up in the anime right now. I'm halfway, not even halfway, into Dressrosa. But from what I heard, he doesn't reappear in the series even still, in which it's kind of concerning because Smoker is one of my favorite characters of all time in the show. Well, so I wouldn't say all time, but you know what I mean. And it just really has me wondering what is Oda doing with Smoker? So hopefully it's all good and dandy, but this one I want to talk about is very, very important. Enel's disappearance. So we all know in Skypiea, Enel went to the moon after he got bought by Luffy. And even during that time, he had a little short series of him being in the moon, his little expeditions or whatever. And the people on the moon, they were mining, I believe they were mining for something unique or whatever. And it's just Oda has been known to bring characters back. And from way back then, throw them into the series now. For example, Crocodile. Crocodile's so prominent in One Piece. So I mean, and Rob Lucci. So there is no way that Enel doesn't make a return into One Piece. And what I have theorized is that there's going to be a point in time where the Straw Hats or somebody is going to go to the moon and meet Enel and then drag him back to Earth. Or, I know it sounds crazy, but I did make a video on this before. If you want to see the video, it's right here. The One Piece space theory. On Live Tale, there could be the One Piece. And the One Piece, it probably is a spaceship. I'm not saying it is, but if it's a spaceship, that means that there's more out there into space than what we know about currently, or even at all. Because if you really go back and think about it, what made Enel really want to go to the moon? Out of every place out there, he chose the moon. Does that not have you thinking? It could be a possibility that Enel has some crazy potential, maxed out his devil fruit, awakened devil fruit, got every single type of hockey, and is the next big bad villain, the main antagonist of the series. Some people are thinking, well, Malik, that doesn't make sense because that's be Emu. But for all we know, Enel could be Emu's son or something, because we don't know where he came from exactly. We don't know how he got his devil fruit. If Enel is related to Emu, that can mean that Enel in reality, whenever he awakens his fruit or whatever, he gets all his power, could be extremely overpowered. Just imagine Emu coming back down to fight Luffy because he sent them there in the first place, and once he gets to get back, that would be fire. Amazing rematch between really strong Inel and a really strong Luffy. Now that right there might shock the internet. As a scammer I am, that's not the only character I want to talk about. There's one more character that I want to mention, and this character has to be Akainu. What is Akainu doing? I keep hearing a bunch of, oh, he's not leaving the office, not leaving the desk or whatever. Akainu is a extremely powerful guy. And he hasn't made like any moves for the most part from what I've heard. And it's like, Oda, what do you have cooking right now? Because like I said, Akainu is one of the most powerful people in all One Piece. People might downplay him, whatever, but he's genuinely like a top 10 character. There's no way he isn't. And especially currently where he could probably have, I say probably, it could be a stretch, but I do think like the admirals have like advanced, you know, type of hockeys, and he could even awaken his devil fruit. And if he did, he could probably beat Kaido. One thing I like about One Piece is how characters could have like a insane potential, and they can just come back into the series and be insanely strong, in which most series don't do this, and which I do thank Oda for that as well. He uses his characters to their full potential for the most part, yeah, and doesn't let their character go to waste. Ishimolo. And so seeing these 3 characters come back into the series and actually, you know, do something will be really cool to see. And then seeing Imu as well in action will be fire. Like, is Imu a woman, a dude, just like an entity straight up? Like, what if Imu's just a god? But that's a story for another day, another theory for another day. But hey, that's just a theory. Alright, Malik, theory. Subscribe and follow the video. I mean, like the video and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys next time. See him somewhere. Now, evidence number 2. This might sound crazy, but final boss Enel. Now, I know what you guys are really thinking. Malik, why would the final boss be Enel and not Imu or Blackbeard? Well, to you, young Johnny, I say it's because they're not the end villain. The end villain is in space. You see, there is a reason why Enel left, and there's a reason why Oda decided to have his little short mini-series. It's to introduce more into the future, but just like a small hint of it. And Enel conquered the moon and assembled his team of space pirates, which means that 1, Enel goes back to Earth and all this is just out the window. 2, Luffy goes out to space from learning new information about a poneglyph, then leads him to Enel to the moon. And 3, the Straw Hat Pirates and the Space Pirates end up traveling deep into space because they realize, oh, the One Piece is actually here instead of what we originally thought. So they both travel out and meet each other, and for the final battle, Luffy and Enel fight each other once again. However, it's gonna go differently this time. Enel is not going to get diff because that's when we get into an awakened version of Enel's devil fruit, and that would be one immense and intense battle. There is 1000% a reason why Oda kept Enel out the story, and Oda usually brings back characters. For example, Crocodile, Smoker, Dragon will be back for sure, and even the mid man himself, Lanley, or some people like to call him, you know, Bon Clay.